Hey guys, welcome to this makeup tutorial. I'm so excited for this one today because it is Thanksgiving. I want to say happy Thanksgiving to you guys. I hope you guys are having a wonderful time with your families. Obviously, I'm going to be uploading this like a day after Thanksgiving, but the reason why I'm doing this makeup tutorial is because I am working today. Obviously, I would be probably wearing makeup anyway if I was spending it with my family. But I do get to spend a little bit of time with my family before I go into work, so I am excited about that. But yeah, I hope you guys are having a wonderful Thanksgiving. I have so many things to be thankful for, including you guys. So I just want to say thank you for watching and sticking with me through my makeup tutorials. I really hope you guys keep enjoying them and yeah, anyway, so let's just get right into this makeup tutorial. I'm deciding to do the traditional cranberry eye today. I kind of tried to fight it and I was like, maybe I shouldn't do that today, but I can't help it. Like, I really want to do it, but I want to do my own twist on it. I've seen very similar cranberry eyes for a lot of YouTubers who have been doing this cranberry eye, and I want to do something that's kind of my own. I want to make it kind of like a cranberry smoky eye, but something a little bit more different than what other people have been doing. So that's my goal today. So I think I'm going to start off with shadows before I do my face because I feel like there's going to be a lot of fallout going on. So let's just get right into it. So I'm going to use the Stila Prime Pot and Taffy as usual to prime my lids. And I'm just going to smudge this on with my ring finger. And I'm actually going to place this like on my brow bone as well, just so that all the shadows and my transition shade blends really nicely and creaseless. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take, I think the main star of the show today is going to be the shadow from L'Oreal. This is the Glistening Garnet Infallible Eyeshadow. It is the closest to a cranberry color that I have in my collection, and I think it's such a beautiful, like, reddish cranberry shade. It's just phenomenal, and I can't wait to use it because I love using the shadow. But before I get into that, I'm going to use my BH Cosmetics 28 Neutral Eyes 28 Eye Color Shadow Palette. And I'm going to go in with a couple of brown shades and orangey shades for transition. I'll probably stick with this shade right here first. And I'm just going to use a fluffy brush to apply that as usual. And I'm just going to take my transition in my crease right here. I don't want to go too far up with my transition. Get it, cranberry? Transition today. I'm just going to keep it at like usually where everybody else does it. For some reason, I think I kind of get sloppy and I sometimes go above where the transition usually, the transition color is usually placed, just because I like to work faster, because I know that these videos are going to be long and usually my eyes take the longest period of time. So, you know, it's a process, but I need to be a little bit more careful. So I'm just taking that orangey shade on a fluffy brush. I got this fluffy brush from dresslink.com, and it is one of my all-time favorites for sure. Super affordable brush set. I got this brush set, I think it came with 8 pieces, and it was like $8 and change with shipping. But I did have to wait, I think, like 3 weeks to get my package because it came from China, so that's something you want to keep in mind. But they have really great stuff on their website. They have a whole bunch of different stuff, from clothing to makeup, just a whole bunch of different items for a good price. So that is the orangey transition shade so far. I'm going to go in with another shade. I think I'm going to go with this shade right here. This is kind of like a brown, warm, orangey transition as well. And I'm just going to layer the two using the same brush, just to kind of intensify the pigment a little bit more. I straightened my hair today before this video. I'm going to work, but I really want to look nice for work. I want my makeup to be flawless, and I want to wear some nice jewelry, so I'll probably keep these nice like chandelier earrings in, and then obviously I straighten my hair so it's like super straight. Normally I leave it natural, which is just like after I get out the shower, I don't do anything to my hair except for put some nice products in it and let it sit like a leave-in conditioner, but I wanted to be a little extra today. So now that that part is done, I'm going to go in with the star of the show, which is the Infallible Glistening Garnet shade. And I'm actually going to use this with a eyeshadow applicator, one of these sponge tip applicators, because this is such a crushed pigment. It's really hard to pick up with a brush. So you can use your finger as well if you like, but I just wanted to keep my fingers clean. So because this is literally like a crushed pigment. They have like the little stoppers in there, which helps with the crushed pigment, and it helps like place it back. But for this shade, I did not keep the crushed pigment, unfortunately. So yeah, so I'm just going to take this all over the lid and just pack it on. This is a really great shadow. With these shadows, honestly, you don't even need a primer because they almost have like a built-in primer in them to where they last like 24 hours. And legit, I have tested it out. It does work. But I like to go in with a primer anyway for a smooth base, for my transition and all that good stuff. So if you don't have a primer and you have this shadow, you don't absolutely have to use a primer, but I do recommend it if you want your shadow to last even longer and not like crease and all that good stuff. So I'm just packing this on. I'm not going into the transition at all. I'm just stopping right where the transition color hits. That way I'm not, dragging this into the transition, because you don't want the shimmery to get mixed with the matte. And now I'm going to take what color am I going to use? I think I'm going to use this shade here. This is a Milani Bella Bronze Metallic Shadow from their Bella Eyes collection. This is what it looks like. It's gorgeous. Such a pretty, like, sparkly brown shade. And I think I'm going to pack this on the other side of the applicator on the outer corner of my eye. And I was right. This does have a ton of fallout if you see it right here. Like, it's not this shade in particular, but the Infallible shades have a lot of fallout. So I do recommend, because they're pigments, they're like crushed products, either keeping the stopper in there, or if you don't have the stopper anymore, like I don't for that shade specifically, I recommend just kind of doing this before your foundation, because if you don't, you're going to make a big mess and you'll probably be mad. So we don't want any of that going on. So I'm just packing this on, and I'm going to now take a blending brush and kind of blend out that outer corner shade. Let's see, what brush. I can't talk today. I think actually I'm just going to use a traditional shader brush, eyeshadow brush, whatever you want to call it. And I'm just going to blend the colors together. I'm not taking any additional product. I'm just doing the blending process. I just want to make sure it's on there strong. That's why I figured I'd use one of these brushes. And now I'm just quickly going in, removing the fallout from underneath my eyes with a makeup wipe. If you guys want to know more about that makeup wipe that I use, I can do a separate video on it. It's really phenomenal, and it's really cheap too. It's like, I don't know, like I think it's less than $5 for sure. Pretty sure it's only like $3 and you get a 3-pack. So I can tell you guys more about those shadows in another video, or those makeup removing wipes in another video if you would like. Just leave a comment down below, that way I know. And yeah, so right now what I'm doing is cleaning up the edges, again with the fallout, just kind of taking it away from my eyes. My eye's itching. And now I'm going to go in with a kind of like brighter shade for the inner part of the eye, or the middle center of the eye. This is the NYX Prismatic Shadow in the shade Fireball. This is more of like an orangey shade, but it's so pretty. I mean, like literally like gorgeous. And I'm just going to take my finger and I'm going to place this on the center of my eye just to add a little bit of pop to the eye color. And this can almost create an ombre effect where you have the three colors here. I'm just doing this because I think it really kind of like opens up the eye. I'm sorry for the lighting, by the way. I just had a cloud go over the sun, and yeah, so it's a little bit weird, but yeah, so just taking that, placing it in the center of the eye, and you can blend this out afterwards, but honestly, sometimes it doesn't even need blending. Like right now, I'm looking at it, it doesn't really need a blending, doesn't really need to be blended right now, so that's a good thing. So for the outer portion of the eye, I'm kind of looking at this, and I do like it, but I want something a little bit different. So I'm going to add this NYX Prismatic Shadow in the shade Punk Heart first, just to see if this is going to make a difference. This is like a really pretty purpley shade, but it's like a deep, like almost, I want to say, what would you describe this as? I guess like an eggplant shade. And I'm just going to take that on the outer corner. Since these are so highly pigmented and metallic, I'm just going to pat this on with my finger just to get the fullest pigmentation that I can. And then I'm going to take my blending brush and mix those two shadows that I did before for the transition. And I'm just going to make sure that that is strong before I continue the next step of my eyes. And what you want to make sure is that you're not blending these darker colors into the crease. Sometimes, I mean, you can do that look if you want to, but for me today, I don't want that look, so I'm just kind of adding this above where I normally put my crease colors. And now I'm just going to touch up every single shade since I went over it with the transition. Sometimes you get fallout from transition and it doesn't make your shadows as strong as they previously were. So that's what I'm going to do. Okay. Like I said, for you guys, I wanted to do something a little different than the typical cranberry eye. But I'm probably still going to call it a cranberry eye. It's just going to be my twist on it. So again, just layering my shadows as usual. And I'm going to take the same blending brush that I used before for my my crease, and I'm just going to pat in that Punk Heart shade into my lid. I'm not going to add any extra product or anything like that. I'm just packing it in kind of like this, just kind of so it blends itself out and it doesn't look so harsh, but still blended at the same time. And I think it's going to rain today because now I'm looking out my window and it's looking very cloudy. So, yes. All right. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my makeup removing wipe and I'm just going to kind of get that fallout out. I did have a little bit of fallout still from the shades. Obviously, I'm going back and forth doing my thing, just making sure everything's all blended. Again, I'm sorry about the lighting, but I'm going to take a fluffy brush and I'm just going to use a white shadow to highlight my brow bone. I'm going to use the Milani shadow in Milani White. This is such a, or Bella White, I'm sorry, Milani White. What? And my shirt is annoying me. This is actually a dress, and I'm not wearing this today, but I wanted something to put on for the video, different. I don't know. I'm just being a strange person right now. So I'm just highlighting the brow bone as I normally would. I almost feel like I need some more light in here since now the clouds are covering my stuff, but I do have the light from my makeup like light right here, so I'm doing okay for right this second, but I might need some more light in a minute. So that's just a warning. So I'm going to now I'm going to kind of clean this area off a little bit so I don't have as much stuff in my way. And I'm going to take my Anastasia brow product, brow pomade, and I'm just going to take it on my usual e.l.f. professional eyeliner brush and just put it on my brows. First, I'm going to brush my brows upward like I always do with my spoolie. And this is in the shade Blonde. If you guys want me to start leaving like what I use specifically in my videos down below, please leave a comment because I feel like sometimes that's really helpful if you miss a part of the video or whatever. So if you want me to start doing that, just let me know in the comments down below and I will do that for you guys. From now on, it will take me a little bit of extra time, but I'm willing to do it for you. So, okay, so for mascara, actually, should I do a wing today? I'm always scared to do wings because I always feel like I'm going to mess them up. So I'm thinking I've grabbed my Wet n Wild Fergie black liner, gel liner, and I was thinking about doing a winged liner look, but I'm so scared to mess it up that I don't want to like screw up my whole eye and be pissed off and it like ruin my day. You guys know what I mean? So I'm thinking about it, but I'm not really sure if that's what I'm going to do, especially since this lighting is blowing right now. Let's see if I can open this up a little bit, give a little bit more light to me. Here we go. It's a little bit better. So if I do this this liner, I think I might do it off camera because I'm nervous as hell about it and I feel like I don't know if it's gonna work. So we're just gonna have to we're just gonna have to see. So I'm gonna take Little Black Dress from the Fergie gel liner, sorry. And I'm just taking a BH Cosmetics slanted eyeliner brush. I never do my wing right, so I'm nervous as hell. But I think I can do this. I think I can. I think I can. So I'm just really closely drawing a line on my my eye. Kind of messed up the shadow a little bit, but I'll be fine. So I'm going to kind of leave, I'm going to stop right here and I'm going to leave that inner corner open so that I can put a highlighting shade there. That way it's not so dark. And I just did a pretty decently thin line on my eyes because I don't want to do too thick of a line to where you can't see what's going on with my eyeshadow. But this is still obviously like bold and everything that a liner needs to be. So God, guys, I am so nervous to make this wing. I don't even think I'm going to do it on camera because if I do, I know I'll screw up. So what am I thinking here? I think what I'm going to do real quick before I stop the video and do my wing is I think I'm going to use some concealer under my eyes. I'm going to use my NYX Dark Circle Concealer in the shade Medium, and I'm just going to take this orangey shade to correct my dark circles under my eyes. I want to do this part of my eyes first before I do the wing because I don't want to mess up the wing after, because I'm going to have to still put concealer on or whatever. So I'm going to put this on first. This is a nice cream concealer. And then I'm going to go over it with the Master Conceal by Face Studio Camouflaging Concealer in the shade Light. And did I say it's Maybelline? I don't know if I did or not, but I'm going to use this under the eyes, just a little bit of this liquid. Please excuse my facial expressions when I apply stuff. It's just what I do. I think a lot of people do this, not on purpose. Okay. So now I'm going to bake my under eyes with my NYC Smoothing Skin Loose Face Powder in the shade Translucent Talk Nevada, and a sponge. This is just a cosmetic wedge. And I'm taking this under the eyes and I'm starting the baking process because, again, I didn't want to do a liner and then mess up the liner with the baking process that I have to do. Yes, I said have to because I have literally been like obsessed with doing this with my eyes lately. It has helped so much, my under eyes, so much. It looks funny for a little bit, but it really brightens my under eyes, and I look like a psycho right now. But that's okay, because I promise you it's worth it. So I usually leave this on for like 5 minutes in the morning. You can leave it on as long as you feel need. But yeah, usually I have like 5 minutes window time to where I can just kind of leave it there before I put my work clothes on and just kind of leave it there chilling. So for right now, I think I'm going to pause the video. The only thing that I will probably do off camera is the winged liner, and then hopefully you guys will see a winged liner when you come back, and we will fix up this baking powder. Obviously, I'll probably have it off. So yeah, so if you want to see part 2 of this look, the finished look with like the face tutorial of the bronzer and blush and highlighter I'll be using and foundation and all that good stuff, and the finishing of my eyes, please tune in to part 2. So I will see you guys soon. I love you and thank you for watching.